Hello world. I'm just going live here in my support group on Facebook. It's like a whole new live thing on here. Okay. Waiting for live video. Yeah, I know. I'm ready. Okay, go live now. Ready. What is happening? I don't understand. Why can't I just go live? Waiting for live video. I just want to go live. Leave this page. Leave this page. I want to go live. What happened to Facebook? Did we break it? Well, this is fun. Let me go ahead and get started. Hey there, Casey. Um, if you, well, hopefully, I don't know. Maybe you guys don't know me. I'm Jacqui Duran, independent Scentsy director. I normally have no problem with going live on different platforms, but apparently, I do today. So there's that. It's kind of par for the course right now in the world, isn't it? Can you not see my face all the way? There, is that better? Sorry. Better? Hopefully. Hopefully. Ah, yay. Okay. It's probably the camera angle. Okay, every time I try and go live, it's sending me to the live producer and wanting me to go through a stream. I want to switch to previous version. Let's just submit feedback and switch. Let's just do that. Okay, it's the beta. Yeah. Love you, Facebook. You're just amazing. Let's, while people are at home and trying to do different things, yeah, that's what I'm doing now. Let's go ahead and throw them a curveball. Let's do that. Why not? I mean, everybody loves to be a little bit more inconvenienced than possible. OG version. Okay. Okay, I don't. All I can do is laugh at this point. Okay, good. I cut that. All right. I still wanted me to do the producer. Okay, here we go. Go live. Just like normal times. Let's just do it like old times. And hello to Facebook. Hey, Crystal, how are we doing? Living the dream? Aren't we all living the dream? All right. Very fun stuff. First, before I get started, because I got to do this while I pull up my notes. I've been talking this month all about sponsoring, and I think we've had some really good talks. Hey, Leslie, we've had some really good talks about sponsoring. But today, since we're in this strange world that we live in where we're social distancing and we're quarantined, let's talk a little bit about business and quarantine and how we can kind of manage both of those. Because I know, from what I've seen online, people have been like on both sides of the fence with this. So I thought I would just address it and kind of put it back into perspective so everybody feels a little bit more comfortable. Hey, Beth. Hey, Carrie. I've got my water, and Jacqui is currently, I'm going on natural with MCT oil lately. It actually helps, if I can do this without spilling it all over my desk. That would be even better. It actually goes with, they canceled school here for another 2 weeks. Yep, that's how it's happening in my world. This is good for lowering your cholesterol and actually works as a appetite suppressant. So there's that. I'm trying to follow in the footsteps of my daughter, who is doing so well on keto. Like, she's lost like 40 pounds. Not that she needed to in the first place, but I'm trying to be a better version of me. It does have a little bit of an oily taste. So I actually drink my water because I'm weird and I can't drink water just plain. MCT, yep, sure am. It's going really well. It actually works really well as the appetite suppressant. But yeah, I can't drink water, just plain water. I usually add either lemon juice, or in this case I use those drink thingies, and I use Mio, M-I-O is the little stuff that I do. So hey. Hey. All right. So it looks like I'm actually, cancel that. There we go. Okay, par for the course. Yes, I agree. I totally agree, Casey. I'm with you 100%. Apparently, I am live in my actual Facebook. So, I'm over here on YouTube live as well. In case y'all are wondering on Facebook, like, what the heck is she looking at? Who's she talking to over there? What are you doing? Hey, I'm talking to you. What are you doing? Hero the dog. Do you see? Can you see my Hero the dog? Hey! Mind your business. Mind your business. This little thing. Anyway, all right. Hello, Facebook. Anyway, I'm live here on YouTube. YouTube is doing a fun little beta here that I just realized with the producer version. And Jacqui was not yet prepared for that. So I canceled out of that, went to just do a live stream, and it popped me on over to my regular Facebook. So hello, regular Facebook. Y'all are about to see what Jacqui does every Tuesday with her team. So, and I'm here live on YouTube. YOLO. I was just talking to them about MCT oil. Loving it. If you mix it into something anyway, it really doesn't, you can't even taste it. But it actually is really good. All right, so let's talk. Okay, I was about ready to pull up some notes. Not like I have notes on quarantine, because I don't. This is the first time I've actually ever been in quarantine, at least that I'm aware of. So there's that. So those of you who are not familiar with my business, this is my business. As a Scentsy consultant, we have a lot of fun. And like I said, I was just telling YouTube, I've been seeing this a lot lately, in the fact that, you know, a lot of people are, well, for one, I mean, like I said, the stores don't even have toilet paper. But I've seen a lot of comments from people who, not only in my world of Scentsy, but in other businesses, other direct sales, other things like that, anything that they work from home in. And I've seen a lot of people, you know, kind of saying, you know, oh, well, you know, you're just taking advantage of the situation. So here's the deal. I'm gonna break it down into brass tacks and be a little real today, and have a real talk, because I think we're kind of ready as people to have a real talk today. So let's have a real talk. I worked corporate America for 15 years. Well, it wasn't corporate America for all 15 years. My business, or the company that I work for, only became corporate like the last 6-ish, 7, I don't know, years. I don't know. And so it didn't start out that way. But it was still the job, the job, right? Working the hours that you don't want to work for somebody you don't really want to work for at times, right? Let's be real. But at the end of the day, we all got to work. We got to bring in money, right? We got to have somewhere to live. We got to pay the bills. We got things to do. So when I joined Scentsy in 2012, I didn't do it for this reason. I did it because I love the product, and I just thought I'd be my own best customer, and I'd order Scentsy when I wanted to, plain and simple. And then I started realizing that me and my family could use a little extra money every single month. So why not give this thing a go, right? I saw other people who were like me, who didn't do like home parties, didn't do big events, that they were doing things with it on social media. And I thought, well, I can do that. Or rather, I can teach myself to do that. And so I did. I truly immersed myself into the world of social media and marketing. I started doing YouTube videos, and those of you who have seen those earlier YouTube videos, y'all can attest. There's some stuff there, man. Was not the best lighting. I wasn't really familiar with how to do any kind of a camera setup, like for real. I would have my phone like propped against whatever I could find, and then sometimes it would slip and I'd have to like it was ridiculous. So I did not start out knowing everything, but either way I knew I had to try, and it did, and I started growing my business that way. Today in 2020, I have a global team in the UK, in the US and Canada, and obviously in America. Your nervous do parties on Facebook. Oh, Casey, no. No. Don't be nervous. We'll talk about that. And here I am doing the damn thing. So in January of 2019, actually it was more in like November, it was right before Christmas, 2019. Yes, Desiree. I know, they're cutting people. Companies. It was right before Christmas, and my company that I was building my career with, that I went to school for, that I paid off my student loans for, not bitter at all, they decided that they could go ahead and outsource my team. My very first question to my VP at the time was, what happens to my team, right? Like, I was solely focused on my team, didn't even think that anything was happening to me. So I was like, oh my gosh, what's happening to my team? Where are they going? How can I help? What can I do? Blah, 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 blah. I said, don't worry, we'll take care of that. And now we need to tell you, your position's been outsourced right before Christmas for this company that I had worked for, like I said, those 15 years that I've been dedicating. I've been working overtime shifts. I've been saying yes to every project. I was on training teams. I was creating things. I was building processes. I was helping create the transplant program for liver. I was doing all of these things. And where did it get me? It got me to a place of, well, you can choose to take another position within the company if one's available. Like, you can go on our website and you can look and you can see and you can apply. Or you can take a severance package for your years of service. And so I went into a immediate panic, and went home, had lots of conversations with Justin, and we kind of decided that I would do this full time. So this was not originally what was in the cards for me. This was not what I had planned. This was not anything that I had actually planned to do. So last year was a big learning year for me. I was learning, for one, like when you think of, oh my gosh, I'm gonna work my business from home, right? Full time. I'm gonna do this from home. It's gonna be amazing. And then you're like, oh my gosh, I can do anything I wanna do. And that's awesome. But at the same time, it's also very, I don't wanna say scary, but it's also to the fact of you can do anything you wanna do, right? Meaning you could sleep in, meaning, oh, I'll get to that tomorrow. Oh, I didn't do that today, I'll do that later, blah, 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 blah. So you have to have a routine, number one. So for those of you in quarantine and working from home for the first time, Kimber is correct. It takes self-discipline. You have got to set yourself up on some sort of a schedule. So for those of you who are not here for the Scentsy business because Jacqui accidentally just went live in her Facebook page, you can see that for those of you being at home for the first time, the kids are out of school now, right? You have to still create a routine. You have to still have a rhythm and flow to everything, because otherwise you will find yourself lost, you will find yourself confused, you will find yourself swimming in waters that are not comfortable. So I can relate to that. I've seen a lot of posts, like I said, over the last couple of days with everybody either being sent home from their jobs or, finding out that jobs are being cut. Like yesterday, and maybe I was just behind the times, but I saw yesterday, at least in our area, that restaurants, bars, movie theaters, the library, for goodness sake, the public library, everything is closing down. And so my immediate instinct is to think of, oh my gosh, these are the people directly affected, right? Because these are the people who, that's awesome, Casey. I love that idea. That is fantastic. Um, all of these people who survive on tips, right? Robbie, I'm feeling amazing, actually. I was just talking about I'm drinking my MCT oil. It's very nice. Makes me feel good. Anyway, so these people who, like I said, for the majority of waiters and waitresses and the bartenders and the servers and the hostesses at restaurants and the people at the library, right? They don't make a ton of money. These poor people. And then you're stuck at home with the kids. There's that. I love all my children very, very much. I like to social distance myself from my children sometimes. Teasing. I tease. I love all my children. And so I've seen other Scentsy consultants and people like this say, oh, I've seen both sides of the fence, and not just with Scentsy too. I've seen it with other stuff. But the other side of the fence is, because I've seen a lot of consultants out there going, oh, I'm so lucky I get to work from home, blah, 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 blah. It is scary, Robbie, right? And then the other side of the fence, people are like, why are you rubbing it in? Like, there are jobs that can't work from home. Like, the people who work at the grocery store cannot work from home. Can't do that, right? They still got to be there with the madness, listening to all the people complain because there's either no food or no toilet paper because of the hoarding situations. The least that fails me. The warehouse workers, the people who still have to fill the trucks to get the food to the grocery stores and to the stores and to everywhere, right? Oh, I bet you are. So there's both sides of the fence. I don't think that there's one side of the fence that's better than the other. I don't think one side of the fence has an advantage over the other. Yes, Lisa, exactly. Be thankful and do not brag. I think that that's very important for us as people who do work from home all the time. Um, it's not a time to be boastful. It's not a time to um, try and get people to, um, I don't know. I'm kind of hesitant on what to say here because I don't want to offend people, right? Um, yeah, the supermarket, the cashiers. I think that, and I've seen this, like I said, oh, just from the time that I left my corporate job last January to now and working from home, is that I recently worked in the grocery store as a cashier, and let me tell you, that is a very non thankful job. Very non thankful. Very non thankful. People pay no attention to the cashiers and everything that they're having to do and put up with. So please do when you go to the stores. My PSA. Thank you, Robbie. Um, like I said, I don't fit on one side of the fence or the other because I really think it all boils down to what we're able to do. Like we're seeing the kids being sent home. So at least for mine who's still in school, they already work off of the Chromebook tablet thing, right? So we're currently on spring break this week, but after this week, they're looking for implementing online learning. So online learning is going to be an even bigger thing, which, hello, is not a new concept, right? Homeschooling has been being done for quite some time. Um, Amen. They need to be a cashier and they need to be um, in the wait staff at a bar or a restaurant to be able to actually appreciate the fact that these people who work directly with the public, all the crap that they have to put up with, for real, for real, for real, for real. My early years were a lot of bartending and waitressing, and let me tell you, thankless job. But it gives me much appreciation for what they go through. Um, I don't think that we need to be boastful. I don't think that we need to be um, anybody, no matter what we do. Like I said, the kids are doing telelearning, but again, it's something that it's not this. Oh my gosh, when did this happen? Even the public school districts have a telelearning program, at least in my area in Kansas and on the Missouri side. Um, they've offered this for homeschooling for quite some time. Um, Obviously, there are jobs that do give the ability to telecommute and work from home. Legitimate jobs. Okay, I'm not talking about, and yeah, I guess envelope stuffing is a legitimate job, but I'm really talking like jobs, like working in healthcare, working in insurance, working in, travel agencies, things like this, right? That you can legitimately work from home and be remote and not have it affect anything. Um, my oldest daughter works in a call center for a bank, and they are actually just now starting, which it blows my mind that they haven't let them previously, but they are just now starting to actually have the conversation of, hey, what if we let these people work from home? They can answer a phone from home, right? Right? Yes, they can. So the point that I'm trying to get to is that none of this is a real shock or a real eye-opening thing. Like, oh my gosh, now suddenly people can work from home. I had no idea. Yeah, you can work from home. There's jobs that allow you to do it. There's side hustles like Scentsy that allow you to do it too. So I don't think that we need to be bragging. I don't think that we need to be boastful. I think that we just need to remind everybody that there are options. Um, like I said, when over the last year, really reprogramming my brain into working a business fully from home. Yeah, yeah, maybe travel isn't the best thing at the moment. But I totally understand. um, amen, Lisa. Yes, Robbie. See, I think we all just need to evaluate like our lives in general. Like, how do you want your life to go? Like I said, after 15 years of being told, we don't need you anymore, we can outsource you, we can outsource your team. Bye bye now. Bye bye. I mean, for goodness sake, let's be real. Like, I'm 40 years old. Do you think that I want to create a whole new career at that point? I mean, for real. So I considered it an early retirement. And I knew I had to look at other options. And I knew, for one, obviously I had my Scentsy business to fall back on. So that was a true blessing that I had been working my Scentsy business as a business. And it really was providing income. So that was a blessing. I'm not saying that Scentsy business is for everybody. It's not. It just isn't. Um, you're either not interested or you don't want to run a business, or that's just not anything that you'd see yourself doing. Um, so I'm not sitting here trying to say you should join my team today so you can be financially put off. Um, you can if you want to, but it still takes hustle and work, because that's, I think, the misconception of, oh, you work a Scentsy business from home, so you just sit around all day. Well, for one, yes, I do get to kind of work around the house all day long. I do what I need to do, and there's some days I sleep in. Sure do. Sure do. Not gonna lie. But at the same time, it's something that I choose to do, and I'm very strategic about it. I'm very intentional about it. I set up routines around it. Following along on Instagram, I've been sharing a lot of what is working for me really, really well, which is my digital planning. I am totally in the world of digital planning. This has been amazing for me. But part of that is truly doing exactly what I'm saying. You have to set up routine and schedule. So for those of you in quarantine for the first time, don't look at it as quarantine. Look at it as a chance to get a glimpse of life from the other side. I really wish I would have had this glimpse a long time ago, because maybe I would have just left the corporate job before they told me goodbye. Well, but then again, I wouldn't have gotten my severance package, so there's that. But my point being is, we are in control, right? We are in control of how we feel, how we react to the situations. And we have to remember, you guys, so if you've got the little ones around, earmuff it. But we have to remember that we are walking billboards for the little ones around us. So if they see us stressing out, if they see us hoarding the food, if they see us buying 8 different packs of toilet paper, who in the world is going to the bathroom that much? Um, oh, Lisa, you're too funny. Um, we can't instill that fear. We can't let them see the fear, because if they see the fear, then what are they going to do? They're instantly going to take that on, because they're sponges, okay? They soak up our energy, and they soak up what is happening around us. And they probably see us watching the news. They probably see us looking at different articles online. They probably see us maybe freaking out or having conversations, or talking on the phone, and they're overhearing those conversations of panic or anxiety or stress or blah, blah, blah. So my PSA for the day is to kind of take it out of earshot. Just take it in the other room, right? Have them go color play. I'm not gonna lie, Madison's doing a lot of screen time. And we have to really look at the fact that we can really look at this as a way to kind of reconnect with ourselves. So for those of you, because I was that person who was very all about my career and focused on my career, working those 40 hours plus then coming home and working from home too, and doing the things and meeting the deadlines and creating the spreadsheets and doing the stupid reports, being in that mindset and then being able to have the opportunity to step away from that mindset and kind of see, maybe I can actually enjoy some more time, right? Isn't that what we all talk about is, oh, if only I had more days off. If only I had an extra day in the week. If only I could spend more time with the kids. If only, if only, if only. We've got an opportunity here, people. We've got an opportunity to make the best of our quarantine situation. So for us in our Scentsy business, I am definitely not going to preach to my team or my customers. Granted, if they want to buy, they want to buy, right? I'm always open 24/7. So there's that. Um, our CEOs and owners of Scentsy came on last night. They are not worried about anything, right? They have the necessary staff in place to take care of orders and get that done. That's fine. Their home office or people who run like stuff for us, they're all either working from home if they can, or they're self-distancing and in very small quantities at the actual home office in Boise, Idaho, right? So that's all still working. That doesn't mean that I'm going to sit here and push people to do things that they don't want to do. Again, my customers know if they want Scentsy, they can get some Scentsy. But I'm not also going to take advantage of the situation and be like, you need to buy Scentsy. You don't need to buy anything. Let's be real. Do you want to buy something? Then buy it. You can do that anytime, right? So being able to keep ourselves focused on that and focused on the opportunity of getting to actually have a little bit of downtime. Read a book. Has anybody else been like me and been like, it's been forever since I read a book? I mean, I do read more of the business type of books, but I think the last book I read was The Flight Attendant. That was at least like 6 months ago, which Alyssa has. I may need to reread that book. It's about to be a movie or something on HBO Max with Kaylee Cuoco from The Big Bang Theory. So check that book out. It's really, really good. The Flight Attendant. Anyway, squirrel. My point being is that we need to not stress. We need to not create fear. There's other things that we in the Scentsy business can be doing aside from pushing people to do things that they don't want to do right now, right? We can be making samples. We can be making join packets. We can be practicing Facebook parties. We can be working on cleaning up our office space, work on sorting through our testers. There's lots of things that we have the ability to do that is not like, you need to buy, you need to join. I'm not here to capitalize on a situation. Again, if people want to join, if people want to buy, they're going to buy, and I'm not going to force the issue. They just know that I'm here for it. So I think we need to really just be in perspective of that, and that the sound fact of that our business is not going anywhere. Scentsy is going to was here way before the quarantine. It will be here all during, however long it lasts, and it will be here long after. I feel better now, having said that. So for those of you watching for the Scentsy side of things, try and focus yourself on thinking about how you can refresh your business and get your business tidied up during all of this time, right? Like I said, I've got a ton of testers that I could totally be sorting right now. So that is one thing that I would probably be doing. But like creating those packets, maybe designing new postcards on Canva or things to print out, right? Things like that that we can do from home where we're still working our business. So focus on those things, and I'm going to encourage you to always share the Scentsy life, because the Scentsy life is truly, what we do every single day. So that doesn't mean that it shuts down. So still continue to share in your own ways, but do not do it in a boastful manner. Do not do it in a panic manner. It's just not a good look. It's not a good look. And I think that it's time for the communities to start looking at the fact of, you know, we had this conversation, or I did, like, I had this conversation. I actually did a video about it. It was probably maybe 1 or 2 years ago. I don't know. It was a while ago. Facebook went down for like a day, right? Facebook! Oh my God. I'm not a big Facebook fan. I'm just not. But Facebook like went down for a day, and everybody in the Scentsy world like went crazy. What are we gonna do? That's what my business is. What am I gonna do? We have to look at other avenues, and we have to look at other perspectives, right? What are other things that we can be doing with our business? What if the world went into quarantine for 3 weeks? What would we do? I think that's the bigger question of what we need to be asking ourselves and really holding ourselves accountable. So maybe this is an opportunity for those out there who were like me and who were the true workaholic. I'm still a recovering workaholic. To realize that there are other opportunities. And let me tell you, corporate America does not, they may tell you that they value you, but at the end of the day, you are replaceable. You just are. You are. Whether or not you do a business like Scentsy, if you do anything that you're able to actually work from home, or if your job or company has those opportunities, I encourage you guys to look at those opportunities. Because let me tell you, that first year when I was out, I remember just saying thank you so often, because we had a lot of snow days that year where I live. And I was like, oh my gosh, if I was at the corporate job, like, I would have been fired because I would not have been able to go. Oh, totally. You would still work Scentsy even with it. Yes, that's how I did it. That's how I promoted to director. I was still working that corporate job and working my Scentsy business. So yes, it's possible to do both. And it's really nice to have that to fall back on, right? It is. But really training my mindset to know that there was another version of the world out there. There's another version of the world out there. And I think that we just need more moments to remind ourselves that if we're not happy living the cubicle life, then look for, if you need to have the job, if you don't have the side hustle going, if you don't have the desire to do what I do, then that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But maybe look at other opportunities for companies who are giving that opportunity. Because the world can change in a day, in a week. We went from like no more than 1,000 people gathered to like no more than 100, no more than 500 to no more than 10 in like a span of like 24, 36 hours or something crazy like that, right? All of that changed like this. So, in keeping in mind with that, I think that we really just need to remind ourselves that the world can change. So, how do we react to it? Do we react in panic and fear and hoarding and OMG and spreading panic? Please don't. Please don't. And remember to have conversations with the littles too. We had a conversation with Madison because obviously, like I said, she's technically on spring break this week. But when she came home from school on Friday, we had a conversation about this. What questions do you have? We knew she was going to be having some screen time, lots of screen time. Go ahead, judge me if you want. I don't care. But we knew she was probably going to hear maybe the news in the background. My husband and I don't really have those conversations around her, but We knew that she was probably going to hear it in some way or another. People at school were going to talk about it, what have you. So we had that conversation. Don't be afraid to have those conversations with your kids, because trust me, they're going to hear it one way or the other. They're either going to hear it from being online, they're going to hear it on the news by just walking into the room, but may overhear you, they may hear it from their friends, whatever. They're going to hear it. So just make sure they're informed. The same thing, again, and I'll talk about my Scentsy for a minute. The same thing with your customers. Dear customers, I'm here when you need me, right? I'm here when you need me. But especially in this time, this is a very volatile time for us as a global population, right? We see that the fact that there is no toilet paper available. Again, what is everybody doing with toilet paper? We need to be sure that we are just keeping everything in balance, keeping everything in check, and just riding it out. And be sure to take time, maybe not to go outside and, well, yeah, by all means, go outside, smell some flowers. But at the same time, take some time for you. If you're doing quarantine or self-isolation, read a book, do a puzzle, play Sudoku. You know how long it's been since I've done that? Oh my gosh. And you can go online, you can print that stuff off, use your Google machine, you can do that. There's probably apps, better yet, there's probably an app for it. Play board games with the kids. That's what we've been doing. We've been playing board games. I don't always win. But think of those times when you said, I wish I had more time to do blah. And then do it. Take the opportunity and be thankful. And hug your family and keep them safe. For all that is holy, please stop buying the toilet paper. If you're going through that much toilet paper. All right, so a little bit of a different talk today. Especially to those on Facebook, because I'm on my personal Facebook page. They're probably like, what the heck? Because again, I don't spend a lot of time on Facebook anymore. I just don't. I'm not a fan. I'm not going to lie. I'm not a fan. Instagram is my jam. It's where I like to spend my time. But of course, I've got my Scentsy team in my business here. So that's what I pay attention to. So my point is, be a good human. Be a good human in all aspects. Just be a good human. And I guess I'll leave it at that. Bye, guys. You guys, I honestly had no idea that I was live on my personal Facebook page. I started out going live in my team. In between that beta version of going live apparently now on Facebook, it took me and routed me right back to my personal page. So let's talk about Scentsy for just a second here. So I hate talking about Scentsy on my personal Facebook. I just hate it. I hate it. It makes me cringe. Focus on your business on things that you can do. So again, just reminding your customers that you're here for them. Reminding your customers that Scentsy is not shutting down. Reminding your customers that things are just like they're going to be. If you would like some samples in the mail, I will still send you samples in the mail, right? And if you've got local people who are shopping with you or what have you, again, if you want to practice good self or social distancing, which is now a word that we use, leave the packages outside, right? Leave them on their doorstep or on your doorstep, right? So you can still have that and not have to worry about, you know, being in contact if you don't want to be in contact. So there's ways around it. I would say try to avoid from exploiting the opportunity of joining. As much as I love people to join my team, trust me, I am not actively telling people to join my team so they too can work from home, right? Because right now it just does not sound genuine and unique and authentic to me. I don't want people to join out of fear. I don't want people to join out of stress or anxiety or I don't know what I'm going to do. I want them to join because they know that they can work for a company that is going to be here, regardless if they're quarantined or not. That's why I want them to join. I don't want it any other way because then it's not authentic and it's not going to work for them and it's just not. But there are other business things that you can be doing. So if you find yourself in the position of, well, my sales just aren't there because people don't want to spend money, I get it, right? I totally get that right now. So um, by all means, look for ways that you can productively work your business using IPAs. What is an IPA? An income producing activity. So creating some join packets, maybe if you haven't made those in a while, going through your testers and organizing those, putting together online parties, and you can do online parties. There's a really, as much as you guys know, I don't like Facebook, but as much as I say that, there's a really great online Facebook page or an online party page group on Facebook for Scentsy that you can join. They've got tons of ideas in there. But honestly, what I find that works the most, I'll just say this very quickly about a Facebook party, is either going live and showing products, right? Like, oh, this is my favorite pods right now, which it is, prickly pear and agave, by the way, which is why it's right here. Look, we've got the cute Susie the Sloth, right? It's showing the products. So you can totally do a party that way. Just think of it like a home party, but you're talking to a camera. Create an event and do it in the event. Go live or record it and then put that video in the group or in the event and do it that way. You can also do one where you just post, right? Create an event, post your stuff, have at it, collect the orders, set up that party link. So there's lots of ways to be able to do that. And then outside of those, of course, the other thing would be, making up samples. Maybe it's time to make up some samples. Maybe it's time to reorganize your office space, whatever that looks like. Maybe it means, hey, I haven't had a chance to create a mobile office or an office on the go. So maybe that means sitting down and putting stuff together for an office on the go and doing it that way. Maybe it means reaching out to and identifying your local customers and saying, hey, and maybe you want and choose to do a personal special on what you have on hand. That would be a really great thing to do for people who maybe don't want to spend a lot of money, but helping them out, right? Now, when I say personal special, please remember, please adhere to the Scentsy standards and only do it in one-on-one communication, okay? So a text, phone, a private message, a face-to-face, whatever, in social distancing, but you get the point, right? And say, hey, I'll deliver it to you and I will leave it on your doorstep. You don't even have to see me, whatever. I will Venmo you, or you can Venmo me the money, whatever, or PayPal it, Cash App it, however you do your business, right? So there's lots of ways that you can still do that. And then of course, like I said, just taking evaluation of your business. Like I'm sitting here like looking at my desk. There's flyers here from like 4 months ago that need to go. Those are things that I can just start working on, is decluttering a lot of the stuff that I haven't had the time for between everything else. So keep those things in mind. Have the kids get involved if they're going to be home, if they are home already. Let them label things. Let them help you go through the testers. Kids love smelling the testers. And hello, take some fun, cute videos of them smelling their way through the testers. That's just a fun way to, again, share the hashtag Scentsy Life without like in your face selling it. Okay, so just sharing the ways that you're working your business with your kids. Again, those people who are going to be interested in the opportunity will connect with you if that's what they want to do. They don't need, and yes, it's great to still have those join conversations, but at the same time, they don't need to be asked to join, right? To join. I've had plenty of people join my team without me ever saying, do you want to join my team? You see what I mean? And I'm sure that you guys have too. So there are ways around it. And please, 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 in this time of scariness and stress, just don't be boastful. Don't be boastful. Share what you love, share your passion, share the things that you're doing at home during your quarantine or your social distancing, and just do those things, because that's really going to bring you back to more authentic marketing, being authentically true to you as a mom, as a husband, as watching maybe the nieces and nephews, right? Because I'm sure a lot of us are helping to pitch in with other families who can't be there when they need to be because the kids are off of school. So hopefully that'll give you some ideas to get you going. Like I said, I know this was a little bit different than normal for many reasons, but the world is a little bit different than normal right now. So there's that. I love you all. Please take care of each other. Please wash your hands. Take care. And let's see. Can Jacqui end it? I don't know. Can I end it? Yeah,